Vettel, lap
Okay.
11, another just inexplicable spin, trying to come
This
up
was behind-
behind Giovinazzi, I believe.
Yeah.
Because he seems to be always stuck behind Giovinazzi.
Yeah.
Can't be blamed on the rain, because there was not
none.
really. Yeah, there was maybe a couple of spots at one point, but there wasn't anything that really affected the track conditions other than the temperature. Just a really odd mistake. Just spins round coming into. I think it was coming into turn 1, wasn't it?
It was. I watched the highlights back this morning just before this podcast, and the only thing which even suggests to me which would have not aided his spin was he started braking on one of the white lines of the pit exit. It goes quite far into turn 1, and I don't know whether he just. I mean, the tires are huge and the white lines are tiny, so it's probably not a factor. But that's where he broke, and he just lost it under braking. The rear end spun around, and it's not the first time we've seen it for Vettel, and it's
not
a
even
shame
like
to say
the 5th time.
No, it's not.
He
And it
does it
hasn't
in almost
happened-
every race.
Yeah,
We take the
and it's
mickey
been
out of
happening for a
Latifi
year
for
or two
spinning,
now.
but
Yeah,
I think
you're not
Vettel's
wrong.
been doing it just as much.
Yep.
I'm a bit concerned that he's going to get into that Aston Martin and not really. I mean, we mentioned it before when we were talking about Vettel's future. There's no guarantee that he's going to just suddenly blossom when he gets into a different car. Like, I really like Sebastian Vettel. I think he's one of the most respectable drivers on the grid. He seems like he's got a great attitude and he's always been very respectful of other people. But it's Formula One. The performance really matters. He has been subordinate in results to Leclerc, quite decidedly so. I don't think that he's just forgotten how to drive the car, but is being stuck behind a customer team in the way that he has been, and the way that he was for pretty much the whole race. That raises some serious questions as to where his head's at. And I think it's been enough time now where we know, obviously Ferrari, they're not in a great place right now. He knows that he's not going to be there. I think enough time has passed now, and Vettel is a professional, that of course he's going to be giving it his best performance he can anyway. I find it hard to blame it on anything other than just the guy's straight up performance.
Yep, and
it's just not
we'll
good
find
enough.
out. We'll find out next year when he goes to Racing Point.
We will,
which is
yeah.
obviously Aston Martin, because the Racing Point looked strong this week. And actually, when I saw the Racing Point overtake the Ferrari, I thought we could be in for an interesting season next year, because if Vettel is still the great driver I want him to be, he could be very competitive. He could be right up there with the top 3 in amongst the Red Bulls and the Mercedes. Because I just think actually the Racing Point is a fantastic car at the moment, and it's got some really good drivers. There's no doubt about it, but it hasn't got a 4-time world champion behind it. And maybe that's exactly what Racing Point need. But equally, I completely take your points on board, and maybe he'll jump into that car and Stroll will out-qualify him, and Stroll will out-position him in the race. And